Hello everybody, welcome to my class. Myself Janisha from Saint Joseph Composite PU College, Vijaypur. In the last episode, we have discussed that regarding the law of diminishing marginal utility. In that, we learned that assumptions, diagrammatical and the schedule of law of diminishing marginal utility with the help of one example. Yes, today in this episode I have given some exercise questions and the same topics will be dealt with this episode. So students, you need to write the exercise questions after watching this complete video. Okay students, now let we start today's class. So in the last episode, we came to know about the assumptions, examples. With the help of examples, we have also explained, that is through table and diagram. And finally, we came to know about that according to law of diminishing marginal utility theory, when a consumer consumes same commodity continuously, his total utility will be diminishes and also marginal utility will be diminishing and finally it reaches to negative. Yes, so in this today's episode we are going to deal with exceptions or limitations of law of diminishing marginal utility. Then what are the exceptions or the limitations? First one, the law is not applicable to rare collections. As we know that according to this law, when the consumer consumes same commodity continuously, his total utility and also marginal utility will be decreases. But in the cases like hobbies, that means collection of ancient coins, stamps, antiques, etc. So in this cases, this theory we cannot be applied. So that's why it is one of the limitation. Second one, not applicable to money. The law is not fully applicable to money because the marginal utility of money declines with the richness but never falls to zero. So that in the case of money, we cannot apply this law. Third limitation, the law of diminishing marginal utility, it does not apply to knowledge, art and innovations. And fourth one, it is not applicable to precious goods. That means the law does not applicable to precious goods like diamonds, golds, etc. Because human wants are unlimited. Because the human wants are unlimited, so regarding this, the precious metals or goods like the diamond or gold, here also we cannot apply this law. Next one, it does not operate if the consumer behaves in an irrational manner. That means the law does not operate if the consumer behaves in the irrationally. For example, a drunkard is said to enjoy each successive peg more than the previous one, so that we cannot expect his marginal utility will be diminishes. These are all the exceptions or the limitations of law of diminishing marginal utility. Now let me discuss what are the importance of the law of diminishing marginal utility. First one, it helps to utilize the resources economically. That means by purchasing more units of commodity, marginal utility decreases. Due to this behavior, the consumer cuts his expenditure on that commodity and it helps to utilize the resources economically, or that consumer can move another commodity. Second one, in the field of public finance, this law has a practical application as a principle of a taxation also based on this law. And next one, it is based for other economic laws. The other economic laws like law of demand, elasticity of demand, consumer surplus, law of substitution. So these all laws which are based on law of diminishing marginal utility. And fourth one, the theory of value is based on this law. The value of a commodity falls with an increase in the supply of that commodity, and this forms the basis for determining the prices. So these are the importance of law of diminishing marginal utility. Now let me discuss about the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. It is observed from the diagram 2. It is observed from the diagrams that there is a definite and well-defined relationship between total utility and marginal utility. Now in detail we'll see here first relationship between TU and MU, that is total utility curve increases at a diminishing rate from the origin and it reaches maximum and then starts falling. Dear students, you just revise that diagram. So total utility curve, so that increases at a diminishing rate from the origin and afterwards it reaches maximum point and then it starts falling. And second relationship, marginal utility curve is the slope of the total utility curve. At the beginning only, that marginal utility curve will be slopes downward. And in the third one, when total utility is maximum, marginal utility is become 0. So in that table we came to know that when it is in the fifth unit of glass of water, the total utility will be 30. But what about the marginal utility? That will reach us to 0. Yes. So that's why we can say that when total utility is maximum, so then marginal utility will become 0. Next, after total utility reaches maximum and it does not rise further and it starts falling. And at the same time we observe that when it reaches to total utility 30 and then afterwards it should be false, means it is in the 6th glass of water, it is in the 28, right? And fifth one, when total utility falls, automatically marginal utility curve becomes negative. That means when TU become 28, then marginal utility will become -2, so that we observed in that table. And the falling MU curve means marginal utility curve exhibits the law of diminishing marginal utility. So marginal utility curve or MU curve, so that says about the law of diminishing marginal utility. So these are the relationship between total utility and the marginal utility. Okay, students, in the next episode, we'll continue further regarding this consumer behavior.